The problem for the Conservative Party and for the government is the obsession that Suella Braverman has got with her ideological stance and with bending the meaning of words is that her ministers, deputed to speak on her behalf, or other ministers around the cabinet table who get onto television are almost certain to fall into the trap of saying the wrong thing because nobody really understands the exact words which have to be parroted out in order to get round the complexity of the issue. So Tom Tugendhat, who would be assumed to be on the ball, got caught out by Kate Burley on Sky TV. Is it illegal to get a small boat and cross the channel? Asked Kate Burley. And Tom Tugendhat said, it's not illegal to be a victim of human trafficking. Kate Burley said, thank you, but it is illegal, he went on, to transport people in a criminal way. So in other words, the illegality is, he is saying, not crossing the channel, which is what I assumed, but trafficking people across the channel. So I think what Tom Tugendhat has said on Sky TV is going to be repeated many, many times in courts, because the terminology in the illegal migration bill, or in the in the illegal migration bill, is not clear. It's not at all clear. Who is illegal? The victims of migration, the victims in the small boats, or the people who are trafficking those victims? But Suella Braverman would have it that anybody who arrives in the UK by small boat will automatically be denied access to asylum. But actually, according to the 1951 Refugee Convention, however you get to a country is irrelevant. You can still apply for asylum. Of course, in Britain at the moment, the problem is everybody in the Home Office is so busy doing nothing, the asylum application has stalled and nobody is processing it at any speed. So in other words, the same sort of dilatory tardiness is going to apply to asylum applications, as indeed to listening to the decisions by judges, whether those be English judges, Scottish judges, Welsh judges, Irish judges, or indeed judges from the European Court of Human Rights. Those judgment pronouncements will only be heard by ministers, and ministers, of course, may not be always available. And so the people in question, those refugees, may well be piled onto flights to Rwanda before a minister has time to deal with the backlog of cases that he or she has to address. It's an inventive way of getting around a problem, but it comes down to the same issue. Suella Braverman, like Mrs. May, is in love with playing around with words so that they mean something than what they are intended to mean. When you start playing around with words, when words have a specific meaning that you give them and not the meaning that is universally recognized, you're in an Alice in Wonderland world where nobody knows what they're talking about.